Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 I just can't stop thinking about you.
I'ma make you mine tonight. Pulling your hair, baby. I feel you breathing on me, on you. You know that I'm a selfish lover. When it's mine, I want it. One track mind for it, for you. I don't think I can let you go. I don't think I can let you go. Bet you love me before I go. Bet you love me before I go. I don't think I can let you go. I don't think I can let you go. Bet you love me before I go. Bet you love me before I go. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need, baby. Tell me about your dreams. Tell me everything, yeah. Do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. Party's never over for me. My favorite Toy Story. Both of us chasing me. Would he let me be a fantasy? Swiss Army King, they call me. Come find the key, baby.
his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style, and so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my life, strumming my pain with his fingers. He was singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he took my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his singing, oh, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. How could he not? How could he just keep me? How could he not about it? How did he tell about it? How did he know me? How could he know me? How could he know? He didn't know he was strumming my pain with his fingers. He was singing my life with his words. He was killing me softly, so softly, so softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, with his song.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back. Shout out to the CIA.
Cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not
One
hard
love to the
for
F.
me,
B.
'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
In the chat room.
Lead the way, I follow. No need to say
can stop me.
Yeah.
Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. Where we are heading now, babe.
Keep it going, keep it
I
going.
follow to the edge of it all.
Shout out to my girl
So
Jen.
tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now. Before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Bobbity, bobbity, bop. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. Your godfather's back in the house. And of course, the house is definitely packed. If you haven't noticed, I told you I'm changing some things around in here. The sound may sound a little different because we're taking the studio and reconstituting it to live amongst the art. I love this stuff. So here's what I want you guys to do. Everybody in the chat room. I don't know if you did it already, but I need your age, your city, your gender. How we doing? Keep it cool, keep it classy. We're going to get into this broadcast. And we're going to get straight up on that backside. But before we do, we got to, of course, welcome everybody to Incense-vember. With the candle of the evening is none other than Laurier 62, classified as a hot mess by Le Labo. Love that candle. Incredible masculine scent. Then probably one of the best incense fragrances on the planet. This one right here from Mimo Paris. It's called Tiger's Nest. This thing, think incense, oud, and amber. It's not even fair, the amount of compliments this thing generates. Gentlemen, not even fair. If you want to have an unfair advantage over the competition, that's it. Hold up. Let's get that right. The lighting is right. Make sure it's not to the side, though. Let's make sure it's right on me. There we go. Normally, behind me, you see Muse. But as you see the house, you see the things are getting up. You see Muse in the corner. You saw, earlier you saw, I call her Chanel. And then above me, you see Vanity. And there's another piece. If the art gods grant my wishes, there are these two pieces I'm looking at. If the art gods grant my wishes, freaking forget about it. I don't even want to talk about one of these two pieces. One is the essence of high value men, and the other one is the essence of femininity. One, I don't even want to say the name of the piece of art, but I'm gonna call it Phoebe, FBI, and the other one's gonna be, man, woo. See, everybody should find something that they really enjoy doing, and you never work another day in their life. If you ever met me in real life, you would notice that, believe it or not, this is who I really am. I enjoy these things because this fits my sensibilities. I'm a more refined kind of dude, you know. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. And the question I have is, do high value men control women? Do high value men control women? Now, guys, do me a favor, keep the likes up. We should have over 3,500 likes. The high value men control women. If you let the world tell you that high value men are just, just running amok here. But I want to give you like we always do. We want to give you some lead-ins. I talked about this the other day on. And also, guys in the chat room, I'm going to say it too. I'm going to need you guys to chill out on the trolling. When I have the guests up, people up, moderators, when I have people on the panels, I want them the trolling and the jokes and the comments to be to the minimum. So when you start seeing people start trolling people up there, being rude, I want you to start removing the comment and giving them a warning. And if you have to give them 3 warnings, then time them out. Okay? Enough. And enough of the blank size and this and that. And here's the thing. And I'm going to look up to see if moderators are doing your jobs. If I look and I catch the moderator, if you're a moderator and you're not, and I see the comment section kind of getting out of control, but I see you commenting and talking, I'm going to ask myself, why do you have a wrench? You're a moderator to help administer the chat room to keep the program on task. You're not a moderator because you paid a lot of money or anything like that. You're not a moderator so you could be the head of the class and get attention. You're the moderator to help moderate the room. You have a different level of visibility, a different level of power, and you need to use it. And if you don't want to use it, you can voluntarily give up your moderation, if that's what you like to do. Because when I look over and if I see the comment section running amok and I see moderators in there talking, then I'll start removing your moderation myself. So that's the nicest way I can say, let's get it together. Do high value men control women, or is it, what's going on today? You're starting to see more and more women complain about the modern dating environment. You can look on any channel on any given day and you can hear women talking about, well, I'm sitting here at home on Friday and I'm all alone and I have nothing else to do except my... And it's so sad that, everybody has somebody to be with. And women, average women, are starting to complain about the lack of men and dates. And guess what? Just like a snowball effect, it's gone from the below average women to the average women. And I'm talking about women who used to could date, somewhat consistently, used to could have adult relations somewhat consistently. And now average women are just kind of starting to hear, why? Because average women aren't with the men they should be with. They're all looking at Mr. High Value. The high value men, or the men of value, the D20, the top 20% of men. Then what ends up happening? If the below average and average women are all looking for the D20 men, the top 20% of men, what happens? The women that normally are with these men are having to compete because these men have more access. And yes, these men will hook up with these women. They will have sex with these women. They will kick it. And guess what? What you're starting to see is the Petro principle. 80% of women, the top 100% of women wanting the top 20% of men, and the top 20% of men having an abundance of options. To now you're even starting to see women who consider themselves to be pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, pretty or beautiful, complain. It's all over TikTok. So let's bring us to this article that I saw on New York Post. Men with the golden peen syndrome are ruining dating for women. You know what? This basically saying, and this thing was written by a guy who's telling a dating book. But the bottom line is, ladies, beware. Beware of Mr. Everything, because he has options and he's not taking any prisoners. Beware of the College Cad. Men with college degrees are becoming so cocky that they're ruining romance for their female counterparts. Just 40% of college students are male, meaning that they are in short supply and in high demand when it comes to dating. The lack of competition among these men develop into golden peen syndrome, an arrogance that stems from the assumption that there's a steady supply of females that are sexually interested in them. The golden syndrome has led smug males to engage in dastardly dating practices such as cheating and ghosting because they're confident another woman will be around. Let's get right down to it. I think it's interesting that you beta males are so quick to jump on men for doing the things that women have asked for. First of all, when the ratios are in women's favor, you don't call women dastardly for engaging in hypergamous behavior. You don't call the female of the species smug for recognizing that her value is high and exercising it as many options. No, it's called being smart. Ghosting, cheating has been the purview of modern women for the last 10 plus years. So now, because the Petro principle is fully in effect, because this is the way women chose it to be, women chose to focus on the top 20% of men, and the men who have made it into the top 20% of men have access to 100% of the women at all times. You can't be upset that men are understanding that it's to the environment, it's to their favor. So it says, when men are in undersupply, the dating culture becomes less monogamous. Well, no, it goes back to normal. Dating has always been dumb. Monogamy was a recent construct. Something else. Men are more likely to treat women as sexual objects and treat them as disposable, like women treat men as success objects and treat them as utilities. You see how unbalanced this limp-wristed article is? How unbalanced it is? Not only do these men treat their dates badly, they're also less inclined to put effort into their physical appearance or sexual performance. No, they don't put effort into their sexual performance because they're busy trying to conquer the world and remain in the top 20%. The guys who put all the emphasis in their sexual performance are the guys in the lower 20% because that's all they have. And like it or not, the guys in the top 20% put an overemphasis on their appearance because it's what keeps them pre-select. But because the guy who wrote this article is in that lower percentile and he's jealous of the guys in the top 20%, he's trying to demonize them. Won't work. We see you. College-educated women are more likely to date among their milieu of college-educated men, but as the numbers skews, they've had a rougher time. Yes, because unfortunately, college-educated women have not learned that because you wanted choice, feminism, you wanted the ability to go to work and have a career and get out there and compete amongst men, you wanted to be successful, you have to take all the things that come along with power and success. And one of the major things you need to accept is if you want to become considered a high value individual, this is somebody who has high socioeconomic capital in the marketplace, irrespective of their looks, you must date down. Oh, yes. If you want to be a high value individual, just like men who are high value, men of high value have always had to date down. They didn't get their socioeconomic, pretty beautiful or gorgeous counterpart. This is why you can see a successful man dating a barista. But women not only do they want a man who has high net worth, they want him to be in the top 20. No. What these women pretty much want is Will Smith. But they want to bang Tupac. Ladies, sorry, you want to be successful, this is what comes along with it. Men aren't going to college for various reasons, so the men that are there understand that the values in there, that things are in their favor. And these guys said, I would be worried of men who remained unmarried in their 30s and 40s, especially the better looking ones with good jobs. These men are having too much fun playing the field. Let me tell you something, sissy boy. These women come running to men in their 30s and 40s who are unmarried because they have good jobs and they're good looking. That's what they wanted, noodle back, and that's what they got. So these are the guys that keep telling you you're the queen of the earth, mother see most gold, blah, 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 because the guy who wrote this article is not the kind of guy that any of these women would ever consider dating. It's the very Chads, Kevin and Sales and Tyrones that these ladies are crying about on Friday night on TikTok. And these are my clients. These are the guys I target. Go guys. But the question is, do these men actually control women? Do these men control women? He also advises that women be assertive when pursuing romance. Fact is, men like women who like them. That is where he and I agree. Ladies, I've been telling you this for the longest. Be assertive when pursuing romance, ladies, because men like women who like them. A man is much less likely to take advantage of a woman who puts herself out there. He got a point on that too. Ladies, this is why I keep telling you, women who compete give themselves the highest chance of success because you start the game ahead. But let's look at it. Oh, y'all ain't gonna control me. To be, I should not have to keep doing. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it anymore. Tomorrow, Friday, you gonna wish you had that song. Friday, I'm coming in with the nails on the chalkboard and the screeching sounds, the styrofoam, squeaky styrofoam. No, it won't be a pleasure song. Nope. Here's where we are, ladies. You got to be aggressive. You got to be assertive when it comes to it because men like women who like men. Men like women who like them. But the question is, God damn, this smells good. Do high value men control women? Well, you are the one that says high value men don't cheat, they exercise options. They do. They do have options. That doesn't mean they have to, but if you want to deal with a high value man, it is, in my opinion, best for you as a woman to assume that he is going to exercise an option. It's best for you to go in and assume that he has options and he's going to exercise them. Because 100% of women want 20% of men. It's best that you go ahead and assume that. And it's also best that you keep yourself competitive and in shape. This is why I did the broadcast earlier this week. It's over for these kind of women. Boss chicks are over, and women who are overweight, single mothers, it's over for you guys. You can't have one thing, you can't have one strike against you when 100% of the market wants 20% of the men. And so you got to understand that 20% of the men is not 20% unmarried. So high value men don't control women. Women control women with your nature to all consolidate on the same high value men. Women in your herd behavior wanting to have the same three guys is forcing your hand because when told you're average, what do you hear women say? I'm not average. Well, let me go ahead and, you know what? Maybe I can pull it up. There's a clip I wanted to play from last night. I was talking to a woman on Instagram last night. You know what? Maybe let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Because this will be perfect. Perfect lead in. This is a perfect lead in to what I'm talking about tonight. All right, let's do this. So, is everybody having a good day? I hope you had a good day so far.
Men look at outcomes. Only going to get bigger at best.
When they've known each other since high school, when
No,
they,
ma'am. No, ma'am. No.
So what is your suggestion to
No,
me?
no, no. Where can a woman increase her money to?
That's contradicting them.
Your physical fitness and your body is below on a scale from 1 to.
Mhm.
How tall are you? For be average.
Yes, but I've never been average.
No.
So
If
Did y'all hear that? Did you guys hear that? This woman says, yes, but I've never been average. Let's go into this. This is what's controlling women, not high value men. Let's get into it.
deserve the best, and you're and 50+% of you got that, wouldn't that become average? Best has to keep moving, right?
mm-hmm.
Who does this as a
Does that
female?
make sense?
But I'm trying to figure out how you determine I'm average on anything other than just my weight. That's the only thing I've told you
Well,
so far.
I said women in general, but I'll go down that path. How old? 29?
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
Like 5'5", 5'6",
Dress size?
16,
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
like 230.
Closer to 250. But okay, any kids?
This is a woman who says, you don't know me, and the only thing you know about me is my weight. I deserve a high value man, and I have never been average. I mean, you heard her. Average. I'm anything but average. I ain't never been average. I want you guys to make a tack mark every time she says something that puts her in average or below average. She's 5'5". Dress size 16. That's below average. She's above average. She's about average height, but you see how big she is, how much she weighs. Let's continue.
Okay, you funny. No.
No, I'm an image consultant. So I mean that 16, 5'5",
Mm-hmm.
that's closer to 250, but no kids.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Did you go to college?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bachelor's, master's, what?
I started the master's program. I didn't finish. So bachelor's, yeah.
Bachelor's in what?
Social studies.
Bachelor's in social studies. Is that an above average, and a high end, an average, or below average degree? 4-year degree in social studies from a 30-year-old woman with no kids and a size 16 who's 250 pounds. But to her, I ain't never been average. I deserve a high value man.
Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair, what would you rate just your face? You can't use 7.
No. I would say like 5, 6.
Okay.
A 5'6". By anybody estimation, a 5 is in the midway point, which is average. So even if give yourself a 5 or a 6, that is the best number you've got so far, and everything else is below average, and your weight is failing.
So where would an average looking woman, 5 is average,
Mm-hmm.
why would you be more than that? Because your looks are average, your physical fitness and your body is below your and even if we start judging on the things that men don't judge on,
Mm-hmm.
but if we judge on
If we judged on high value individual marks, that means your socioeconomic status. Where does a person with a 4-year degree in social studies get out and earn a lot of money in this world?
academic achievement, social studies,
Right.
humanities,
Right.
okay, where is any of that extraordinary?
Mm-hmm.
Where is any of that extraordinary?
Well,
Where
I mean,
are
I
the
really
outcomes?
haven't been working in that field where I got my degree, and I've actually been driving trucks. So
But the point is, what if you did?
I want you to understand how she's holding her chin like a. I mean, man, you've been around men too much because you coming across like a dude just trying to get his mac on. You think she got some peach fuzz on her chin or some shit? She like, oh, I'm driving trucks.
Work in the field, how much could you make a year?
about 50, 60,000.
$50,000-$60,000 a year.
So you tell me why, if you're average looking
Mm-hmm.
and your body's below average, your income is middle income,
Mm-hmm.
why do you deserve the best? Because you say, and you say, why would I
But
say?
that's
Why would
contradicting though.
But then you say, well, why would you say?
She said it's contradicting. She didn't understand that the contradiction is her. She thinks the contradiction is on me. And I'm doing this to show you guys what's actually controlling women.
That I'm average when I haven't told you anything. Well,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you told me, you're below average. Because if your face is average
Mm-hmm.
and your body's 230 plus pounds,
Mm-hmm.
that drags your average down, right?
Okay.
So if you were a 5 and you had a banging body, it would
Mm-hmm.
help you move up, right?
Okay.
I mean, is that not how it works?
No, it's making sense. It's adding up.
So that's why
So it's adding up, supposedly.
we got something called a butterface. She's got a banging body, but her face.
Mm-hmm.
So women have always, who are average, have always known that if you're going to be average looking, you have to overperform in your body. And today we have women who are average looking, and that's most women are average looking. Most
Mm-hmm.
men are average looking. But then you're going the opposite direction.
Right.
What are you doing to bring your overall sexual marketplace value up?
Okay.
I'm asking you to the level where you say you are.
Now understand, having a conversation. What are you doing to bring your actual SMV up? And you know what men think of in the sexual marketplace. Pay attention.
Well, I have been working out, so I will say that much. I got a personal trainer. I've been working on that because I do know that that's, for one, I don't really want it just for a man. I really want it for myself because health is important. I've definitely been working on making over 100,000. I've gotten very close. I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely working to make over 100,000 a year. And so, yeah, those are some of the things I've been working
I hired a personal trainer yesterday and I'm trying to earn some more money. And that's the extent of it. And that is also average, in line with what most women are doing to try to find these men that they all say they deserve. And this is an average woman, a below average woman who says she ain't never been average. But let's get it.
So, from what I'm hearing,
Mm-hmm.
you hired a personal trainer.
Yes.
Okay. You can't count that. Men look at outcomes, not possibilities.
Okay.
Just like women don't judge a builder, they judge on what's there. Why do you think, where can a woman increase her money to make her look better? If earning money made you more attractive, why aren't women who are millionaires with high value men?
Because there are women who make more money. That's logic.
That's a good question.
Because it doesn't matter.
Right.
So your $100,000 a year, even if I gave it to you, does not increase your sexual marketplace value at all.
Okay.
But
I pretty much have to get my looks above average, lose
but
them.
you can't. You have the face you have.
That's true. But if I lose weight, like you said, it'll bring me up some.
But no, it'll bring you up some, yes. But when was the last time you were consistently a dress size 6?
I don't think I've ever been a dress size 6.
You didn't go to bed as a child and wake up the size you are. You may not remember. So what that tells me is it's been so long since you were a healthy female normal weight that you don't even remember at 29.
Okay.
When was the last time your physical frame was 120 pounds, 125 pounds for your height? Because women tend to stop growing vertically at around 12 years old, 12 to 14.
I can't remember. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to make a number. I can't
All
remember.
right. So even if you were to lose weight, you've had most of your life being overweight.
Right.
I tell men, if you need to look at her 5-year average, and your 5-year average has been dress size 16, that means it's going to only get bigger. That means you and every other woman, it's only going to get bigger. At best, it's going to maintain. I
can see your perspective. I don't agree, but I can see it.
But you don't have to agree.
She can see my perspective. I want you guys to understand how many objective realities and or facts I just went over with her. Her dress size is an objective reality. Her weight is an objective reality. Her looks has an objective component and a subjective component, but she gave that a 5. Her income is what it is. That's a number. Her height, her education, the school you went to has a ranking. Your degree program has a ranking, and a degree in social studies is probably in the bottom quartile of income earning 4-year degrees. All of these things. She's driving trucks. And at all of that, a step-by-step, sober, judicious, practical breakdown, this 30-year-old woman dismissed it all as singularly my perspective. One person's perspective. This is what's controlling modern women. Their delusion that they deserve something that they are not because they want it. Never before in history have women or people who were here felt like they should have the penthouse. Most people were happy to go from middle class to, from working class people to put one kid through college. And you make slow progressions over the generations. This generation, people want to go from single parent households to millionaires and rich and successful kids. My perspective, that is the only way the delusion can remain intact if you can dismiss it. So, one of the questions I was going to ask is people often say, Kevin is not always right. Kevin ain't always right. Kevin can't always, he's not always right. Well, my question is, why can't I be right? That is a good question. Why can't Kevin be right? I mean, why is that? Because you don't like me? You don't know me. Why can't Kevin be right? Why not? Why can't I be right? Why can't I be right? And if I'm not right, who's more right than me? There are people in the world where you say that person's right because that's who they are. But you dismiss somebody who can show and back up what they talk about based upon what? You always act like he's right. Well, why can't I be right? Why can Steve Harvey be right and I can't be right? Why can Dr. Phil be right? Why can any of these people be right? Because if you take any of the people you think that are more right than me, and I guarantee you, line them up next to me, on IQ, similar. Level of intelligence, I would put mine higher than most people. But even you put similar, who's more right? Or is it just because I'm a guy on YouTube and I wasn't given to you by the system? The system didn't come down and say, this is Dr. Phil, this is Kevin. Maybe if I pre-packaged for you in a way that passes what you think, then I could be more right. It doesn't matter that I have the conversations day in or day out. But all right. So now she says, my perspective. I need you to listen to this next part.
Mm-hmm.
Who agrees with my perspective?
Most men.
And that's the problem. Unless you.
She just said, I that's your perspective, but I don't agree with it. In the next breath, I asked, who agrees with my perspective? And she said, most men. Most is the majority, 51% or more. If most men agree with my perspective, then that means I am more right than I'm wrong. But look at this, look at her face. She still doesn't agree. Because for women who are deluded, a 1% chance means more to them than a 99% chance of failure. Remember that movie Dumb and Dumber? Where the Jim Carrey character asked the Tia Leone character, or whatever her name was. So you mean to tell me there's not a 1 in 1 million chance you would ever go out with me? And she said, well, maybe 1 in 1 million. And he said, then there's hope. That, ladies, was a joke. But this is how modern women live. They live, that joke is their reality, because the reality of their existence is too hard. Let's keep it going.
Going to deal with, unless you're going to go gay, what are you going to do? Make them accept you?
So what is your suggestion to me?
No. You say that's your perspective. You don't agree. Okay, fine. But you just said most men agree. So if you want a man and most men agree, what are you going to do?
Lose weight. Try to make myself more appealing.
And see, if you're a man and
Mm-hmm.
you want to deal with a woman who does not agree with me or most men, do you want a woman who has that kind of attitude regarding losing weight? She's going to be resentful. She's not going to do it for what you said earlier, for the health reasons, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Men understand that women who talk like you lose weight to get a man, and then you go right back to where you were. That's why men look, it's smart for a man to look at a woman's 5-year average, because that means that's what she's likely going to be.
I can respect that. I can see that. I
So,
do.
so, ma'am, what do I expect? That in a normal world, you would qualify for an average man, a $42,000 a year guy.
This is a woman who's 250 pounds, drives trucks with a social studies degree. And when I said $42,000 a year, man, that's the face she made. Okay? I'm going to break this video down in more, but I need you to understand. To my critics and detractors, that's what's controlling modern women. The level of delusion that they've all convinced themselves that it's them, that they are the special snowflake who's going to win the lottery and get Will Smith, who fucks like Tupac. That's what they all think. And it doesn't matter if they look like Miss Average at best or her. They all think it's them. So when I talk to truck drivers, when I talk to
I'm a PhD.
lawyers, accountants, they all think they're going to win. But then you go and listen to this woman, and I said, when was your last relationship? 2017, how long did it last? Oh, about a year. What's your longest relationship? That was it. What was your relationship before then? I don't have one. Ain't had no relationships. Socially awkward. Sitting there holding your chin like you got a goatee. But I deserve a high value man because I feel like I deserve anything I get, I deserve the best. You're a truck goddamn driver. It used to be a time where truck drivers were considered to be salt of the earth, common sense people. But now we got truck driving women thinking they're queens and bosses. We got 26-year-old girls living at home with their mama talking about they can have a $5 million business in a year. This is what controls modern women, delusion. So when you see articles like the golden peen thing, it feeds into that delusion. So then they get mad at me and they're like, and like I did my broadcast on Instagram last night, why don't your friends like me? Because you too real, you too direct, such and so forth, your tone, da. All right. But am I telling the truth? Yeah. Am I speaking facts? Yeah. Am I lying? No. All right. Well, they don't like you because you're right. Why can't I be right? Why can't I be right? At some point, you got to give Tom Brady is the greatest that ever did it. At some point, you got to give somebody their credit. Whether you're LeBron or whether you're Jordan, sometimes you got to give somebody their credit. Why can't I? Why can't it be me? Night in, night out, day in, day out, I just have the conversations. Or does it have to be somebody else? And the thing is, if I'm not right, then the men aren't right. And that's the point. She just said, it's your perspective. But then she turned around and said, most men agree with you. Then got the nerve to say she wants men. And then she wants men who specifically fit into the kind of category that the men I'm talking about. And I said it then and I said it again. These men don't want you. They don't want 250-pound women who can't remember the last time they were a dress size 6. They don't want boss chicks. They don't want partners. They don't want single baby mamas or single mothers. And they don't have to settle. Because women worldwide are calling into this program from Asia to Australia to Europe to the Middle East. I've got women calling from around the world, and guess what? You're starting to see that men are starting to say, I want roles. I want this, I want that. And men are starting to say, if I can't have what I want, I'll have nothing. Men will at least take their ball, go home in dignity. Men who have been locked out of the mating and dating market have been locked out for they always have been. But at least men had the dignity to suffer it with quiet character. Men suffered the injustices with a level of dignity, respect, and quiet character. Women, not happening. They're going kicking and screaming that they can't all get Mr. High Value, 6 feet tall, six pack abs, great in bed, alpha in the world, but then comes home and sings you lullabies and rubs your feet and burps the baby. Doesn't happen that way, ladies. So high value men aren't your problems. This is another thing. Women often say, where's Obsidian? Most women say the two things they want men, and number one, they want a man who's honest. Men lie too much. But then you got a man who's telling you the truth night in and night out, and you want to burn me at the stake. Which I said it a long time ago. Women like liars. You like being lied to. You know the damage I could do if I decided to lie to women? If I wanted to become popular overnight, all I have to do is start lying to women and accept the LGBTQ community. Just start being a proud advocate. I'm not against them by any stretch of the imagination, but if I just came out and start being pro that community, you know the world would open up for me. Endorsements would come left and right. If I started championing, feminist causes in a more liberal kind of thing, and even if I didn't champion it, if I just spoke positively about it, I don't have anything negative to say about it. But could you imagine if I put character to the side and my beliefs to the side and just really started shit? But no, because here's the thing. The world is tacking back this way. There's room enough for everybody. But men who want things to be like they are supposed to be are saying, if I can't have what I want, I'm not going to accept being somebody's third or fourth alternative because they've been run through by the high value guys who never wanted to be with them. See, ladies, these guys don't want you after you've been on the carousel with these other guys who you didn't fit for anyway. So it's going to be to you ladies to decide that's too rich for my blood. That store is not in my budget. Oh shit. Coming from a middle class or lower middle class family, there were stores that we didn't go to. We didn't go to certain stores because we didn't have that kind of money. That ain't on our budget. We had Otasco, TG&Y. We had Woolworths and C.R. Anthony's. We had layaway kind of money, pawn shop kind of money. We didn't go to 50 Penn Place or North Park. We didn't go to this store. And if you did go in there, you didn't go in there to shop. You went in there to see how other people lived. And if you did buy something, you went and bought a pair of socks, but it probably took you a half a week to work to get a pair of socks. But you didn't shop there. The manager didn't know your name. You didn't have a rep. That store was outside of your budget. But right here in Atlanta, you could see when those checks were coming out, the line at the Gucci store was around the corner. How many people shopping where it's outside of their budget? And what does that do? It makes you start to have an appetite for something that doesn't fit you. If a average man wanted a sophisticated dime piece, you tell him that woman don't fit you. The way she moves, the elegance, grace, this, that. She's out of your range. She's out of your league. Well, lady, these men are out of your league. Don't no high value man want no big truck driver. But that was like the woman in LA. And you've told women countrywide, worldwide, that the problem is the men. And then when men talk like that, it's toxic. But okay, let's get to it. Who is controlling women? Who is controlling women? Is it high value men? Or is it women? Or is it delusions? Or, I got a question for you to my critics and detractors. Why can't I be right? What's the problem with me being right? If I can back it up with facts, data, statistics, and observable reality, what's the problem? Oh no, we're not gonna open that call line yet. No. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, we're going to have at least 20 more people hit that super chat button. No, thank you. We won't be opening the call line for that. Y'all tripping. I worked too hard putting this stuff together, getting all this information, correlating this, reading that. No. Yep. So we can end this right here. If it's the first time you've watched the program, if you've never donated to the platform before, number one, thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for coming to the broadcast. I appreciate it. One of the first things you want to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel. YouTube is purging subscribers right now across the board. It's not just me, it's a platform. Every couple of months, YouTube's algorithm updates. So you need to go back and check to make sure you're still subscribed. Do that right now. Check to make sure your notifications are still set to all. Do that right now. And if you've been watching for the last 2 weeks or more and never donated, make this the first time you donate. Hit the super chat button. Likes are free, but it costs to keep doing this kind of stuff. I don't work for free. Hey man, hell no. In order to have chat room privileges, you must be a member of the channel. But you can lose your chat room privileges too if you get in there acting crazy. And while we love to see people who consistently donate, we also want to see people who are new. Like it or not, folks, you want to see more of this content. Because one thing that I would say is, as polarizing as some of the things may be, one thing is definitely happening. Conversations are happening across the world. Men and women are at least talking about the issues. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, no way in heck Jada Pinkett Smith would be getting drugged through the mud like she is. But that's because men are having a voice. Men are being heard from. Don't let this stuff die out because you think, oh, well, he can handle it. No. Let's keep it going. You want the call lines open? Let's get it. All right. So let's get it. Let's get the folks. Let's get the ladies in here. If we get the numbers up, we still got a little bit to go. Let me fire this up. Let me fire this up real quick to see what you guys are going to do while we listen to my good friend Jen make the song she made for me. I love this song.
Recording in progress.
Ya tu amor no te preocupes, fue creada para ti, ya tú sabes. No te olvides, fue creada para ti, ya tú sabes. No lo dudes, mi amor crece como abril. Te amaré. Me cansa el esperar. Ojalá juntos descansaré. Nos como ya te amo, que no pierdes esperanza. Diseñada para ti, un día tú verás. Mi amor brilla con el mar iluminado. Te sentirás. Mi amor calma con la brisa del verano. Crea, creador común. Te he amado, te amo, te amaré. Me cansa el esperar. Ojalá juntos descansaré. Il nous compose le chef d'orchestre, il nous écrit l'écrivain, et jamais une parole l'écrira-t-il en vain. Il nous façonne le sculpteur, mieux que Michelangelo. Il nous peigne le peintre, mieux que Matisse ou Van Gogh. Amor crece como a mí. Crece, crece, crece como primavera, primavera. Amor crece como a mí. Crece, crece, crece como
All right, so to be on side by side,
mi amor crece como a mí.
to be on side by side, you must be seen on camera. So,
Crece como primavera.
Dara, wherever you are, I don't see you, so we're gonna bounce you out. Elf, unmute yourself, ladies. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. How to pronounce your name? Effie? Effie?
Yeah. Do you mind if I don't be on video because of work, please?
That's fine.
Thank
And hold on, London, just a second. How old are you?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Iffy?
Iffy.
38. 38.
38. So, so you're on top now. So, what do you got for me?
I kind of joined in mid broadcast, I guess. So, I caught some of the conversation with yourself and the other lady, and I do agree. I do believe that in order to want high-valued men, you need to also work on yourself and be presentable to these kinds of men that you are after.
Do you want one of them?
Do I want? No. I realize that I have made certain decisions to get me to this point of being single at 38. And so I probably would have to, settle for, not settle, but be with an average man.
But do you want children?
I do want one, yes.
You don't have any children?
No.
Okay. So my question is, at 38, are you dating anybody seriously that's leading towards marriage?
Yes, I am.
You're currently seeing someone,
Yes.
and you guys are dating, and you started dating with the intent that you're looking for marriage.
Yes. So the plan is to be married in 2022 because I'm from an African background. So there's certain things that needs to be done. So it got delayed to this point because of travel. I'm in Canada. Because of travel.
Where is he from?
Say again?
Is he near?
Yeah. Oh, he's here. He's here in Canada as well.
Okay. How long you guys been seeing one another?
18 months.
What's the holdup?
Oh, because of my background, like I have to go to Ghana, which is where I'm from, and we have to do the, traditional stuff and whatever and get that out the way. But it will happen in February. Yes.
February?
Yes, of
Okay.
2022.
Okay. As long as it's gonna happen, because
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to somebody I consider a friend, and I asked, I was like, would it be better to be married for 2 years or be a girlfriend for 2 years? This is what I need you ladies to start understanding. Better to be a 4 year girl or 4 year wife than a 4 year girlfriend.
I agree.
Nothing. Due respect to your choices, those are choices. You don't have to do any of the stuff you talk about. You carry your ass down to the local justice of the peace and have been married a year ago.
I agree.
Okay, so that's all I'm ultimately saying.
Yeah.
And when I hear women who don't move with any sense of urgency, 18 months at 30 years, I mean, at 38 years old, 18 months is a long time if you want a kid. That's all I'm ultimately saying. London, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. All right. So, what do you have for me?
Um, well, I just wanted to say that I think that you're really right about the marriage thing. Initially, when I started watching your program, I disagreed
Uh-huh.
because I thought that in my relationship it would definitely get there.
Uh-huh.
But once you ask the hard questions, you have to make hard decisions. So I did end up ending a 3-year relationship a week ago
Okay.
because
What
of
and how did that
your
happen?
advice.
So you watched my broadcast and you decided to ask the question?
Yeah, well, we had talked about it so many times, and he just kept saying, as soon as possible.
Uh-huh.
And then the last time I asked, it was just kind of like a frustrating response. So I just left the same day.
Well, it can't be easy, but
No, but I don't have all the time in the world to wait on someone to make up their mind about me.
yeah, I mean, you were together how many years?
3 years.
Yeah, it doesn't take 3 years. 90 days is enough.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and speak. I mean, congratulations though.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
for ending a dead end relationship. That's a good thing. Okay,
Thank you.
a little bit tough, but think of all the Christmas money you'll save for buying somebody presents who didn't want to be with you. Now.
That's true.
Fudge packing. All right, peace out, Chica. Let me say this, ladies. It is better for you as a man and for you as a woman to end a dead end situation and deal with the short term hurt. Yeah, cry in the shower, get over it. It's gonna hurt, but you will have more self esteem and more respect for yourself for allowing that situation to come to an end versus letting it drag on. Number one, number two. Look, if you're over 27 years old, it only takes 90 to 180 days to decide whether or not you can be married to this person. I really wish I could give you guys this conversation. I mean, I talk to women who I consider to be very intelligent and who can think this stuff through and put emotion to the side. And most women will tell you the reason they're not married today is they are in their own way. The fear of getting it wrong is a fear that women put on other women. Let me take that from you today. Get it wrong. Do like they do in Hollywood. Do like Scarlett Johansson. Do like Ryan Reynolds. Elizabeth Taylor was married for 7 different times. Better to be married 2 years than to be a girlfriend for 2 years, because here is the reality. There is only so much you can learn about somebody. And especially all you damn lawyers.
I'm a PhD.
Think you need to, I need to figure this out and figure it out. No. Women who take a long time are admitting something's wrong with them. It's not even in your nature. You don't know anybody until you live with them. That's the bottom line. You don't know anybody until you live with them, and you can't move forward. So that's number one. Number two, when household income is over $200,000, divorce rate drops to 20%. Come on, ladies, join in. This is your time. If you don't want to be seen on camera, you can request not to be seen on camera on the Zoom link, because I want to know who's controlling women. What's going on with this delusion? Or why can't I be right? Or why don't your friends like me? All those questions are on the table, including the questions from, including if you didn't get in on Monday. If you didn't get on Monday and ask the question, is it over? All right, because here's the real question: of all the ladies in the chat room, self awareness is sexy, and it's my belief that roughly 80% of women don't know how to evaluate themselves. Where do you rank? What is your okay? What is your number? What is your sexual marketplace value? I'm putting together a program right now to where I'm going to start bringing in people, kind of like a credit score. It's not going to be 0 to 10. It's actually going to be a little bit more on dot than that. There's a school of thought that you should actually have. It shouldn't be 0 to 10. It should be 0 to 30. Because 0 to 10, there's a lower end and a middle level and a higher level, but I think that's too involved. But how do you know where you rank, ladies? Because many of you ladies are like the first woman, or like the woman I was speaking to. You think that woman honestly said, "Ain't nothing about me average. I ain't never been average." And I'm like, I was a little confused because I'm like, all I see is, I'm like, you're right, you ain't never been average. I see below average. But to her, she was above average. And this is not to be mean to her, but this is more, I am fascinated that so many women and so many women's ability to convince themselves that they are really at a higher level than they are. It really is fascinating. I'm like, wow, men don't get the luxury of doing that. The world tells men every day where they rank. Men, we don't get that option. We don't get the option of being deluded. The world tells men exactly, this is where you rank, dude. So here we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the call line. How do I want to do this? Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I want to open the line for men as well. All right. You guys want me to open the call line for men? We need to get some more in the super chat to open the call line for men.
I don't need a cookbook.
I'm not going to say how much, but I'm going to tell you exactly when we cross a mark, I'll open it up for men. If we men want to call in to discuss anything on the topics, yep, we get over that certain mark. Yep, let's see if we can get there. I'll let it go. It's not open for men yet. Hey, you need to unmute yourself. Yeah, I mean, you need to connect your audio. There you go. Unmute yourself, Ty. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How old are you? All right. So, what are we talking about tonight? Mm-hmm. So, how do high value women do what? Um, well, yeah, they all want him, but let's start with common sense. What do these kind of men want from a woman? Okay. So are they? So are you saying a woman like that is not attracting those kind of men? Uh huh. Okay. We got to start. We got to start with ground zero. Are the women you talking about getting the attraction, attention from the kind of men you're talking about? Yes or no? Okay. So they are attracting them. All right. So it's not a question of how to attract them. The fish are biting. Then what's the next question? Ah. Mhm. Well, if the attraction is one piece, what do it all comes down to what the man wants. Is the man in case in point, you need more details. But if you're already attracting, that means they're biting, but you can't keep them. That means there's something wrong with the bait. Not something wrong with the bait. There's something that the fish is getting off the hook. Why? Are you dating with intent to be married? Because you may attract somebody, but do you want the same things? Do your values line up? Do you want the same kind of outcomes? Meaning you may attract somebody, but if you want kids and he doesn't want kids, that's a breaker. If uh, if he believes in, if your value systems are different, it's a deal breaker. So it's not about the women so much. It's the woman. What I'm hearing is the women can attract them, but they can't keep them. And the assumption is because they're going to another woman. So, but they also get married every day. I've had several of them get married. So that doesn't work. See, my way puts the responsibility on your friends. Your way puts the responsibility on men. Because in the way you're talking about, they got all these options, so they never settle. Then why guys that I know get married? Why are they picking women? Why the guy get in my group and decide to pick his woman in a week? Well, book a session. Seriously, I mean, because what you're saying, you've already shown the holes in the game. They can attract the men. What they can't keep the men. Are they attracting? Are they attracting the men? Are they even? Do they know what the man wants? And do they? You got to have what a man wants before he's going to buy it. You can't just say I like the. I mean, how many stores do you walk by and you like what's in the what was that? How many times do you walk by a store and you like the displays, you like what's in a window, but you go to your store to buy what you're going to buy? Right, right. You may like Valentino or Saint Laurent or Gucci or this or that, but you're gonna go directly to where you're gonna go to buy what you're gonna buy. But you liked all the displays, that's attraction. But the store that you purchase from has your business. Well, of course, I mean, because if you don't know what he wants, he's not going to buy it. What did I say at the beginning? Women need to become more assertive when it comes to mating, because men like women who like them. Men also like women who understand who they are and are curious about them and are looking to be proactive to give him what he wants. If I get up in the morning and I like my coffee a certain way, I really like the fact that you have it already made and I didn't have to do it. That means you're being proactive. If I can look over, if I need something done, like when I deal with a woman, I can tell if she's into me because there are things that I do very well and things that I don't like to do. And women who are really into me tend to pick up on the things that I don't like to do and they're not doing. I'm like, oh shit, there it is right there. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing it. Bing, bing, bing. That's a woman who's providing value. But more often than not, especially over the age of 33, most women are looking to men to do what I'm asking for your friends to do for men. Most women are looking for men to do that for them. And that's why they're going to die alone. They're looking for men to do something for them. They're not doing it for the man. So he'll have sex with her. And then after that, he'll keep it moving. So, all right. Have a good one. Okay, you're back, lady. You were on the other day. Oh, unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead. And yeah, the chat room's also going to be open. I'll take uh, 5 calls from guys. Go ahead, man. What do you mean? Keep them what? Keep what? How old are you? How old are you? Okay. How long were you married? Why'd you guys divorce? How long have you been divorced though? But you're not legally divorced? Okay. So what's your question? Why can't you? What's your ultimate question? Well, I mean, that's a complex question, man. That's really not what I'm trying to get into tonight. There's a lot. I mean, that's not the purpose of the show. This is not the Where Do I Rank show. But in general, I mean, look, if a man, you got to be what the kind of man you wants from a woman. And I'll start at the basic stuff. How tall are you? Dress size? How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself? How many children? Boy or girl? Why are you almost 200 pounds? Do men want 200-pound women to marry?
Problem getting men the attention I get, but yes, marriage is different, and that's what counts.
All right. Well, I don't know. You guys should text me when it's about to sound early. Okay, well, I'll bring that back up. Okay. Look, I'll bring the first interview back up. But basically, here's where we're at. You have a woman who's basically asking me, how do I get what I want from a man? But you're 5'8", divorced, with a how old is your kid? How old is your kid? You muted yourself. Stop doing that.
Six.
6?
Yes.
You had a 6-year-old son and all the issues you had in your previous marriage. But the bottom line is, man, when you walk out to the market, don't nobody know any of that. But what they do know is you 5'8", almost 200 pounds. I want to ask you, why are you almost 200 pounds? And do men who are looking for wives want a 200-pound woman? And your thing said black men. Do black men want women who are bigger than them?
I'm not really big. Well, the men I date, I'm not really big.
Man, you weigh more than a man. I'm tired of this shit with women. I'm really getting tired of this with you ladies. You weigh more than a French toast man. Why is that so hard for you ladies just to say, God damn it, I'm too big? You're 5'8" and 185 pounds. You weigh more than a man. And y'all make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Show me the 5'8" Asian woman that weighs as much as you do with a kid.
She is Asian, and they are.
Oh, God damn it. This is why you can't get them. Excuses. She's Asian. Have you looked on the continent of Africa? How many obese people do you see running around the continent? You don't.
Yeah, but I would say African women are nicely stacked, right? With their bottoms, their thighs, their behind,
Y'all hear
their
this
breast.
shit?
And
Y'all
that's
hear
all
this
I
shit?
have.
Y'all hear this shit?
Okay.
You hear this shit right here, people? Black men are tired of this shit right here. They're tired of it. They're tired of you making excuses for your poor physical fitness. Men are visual. All men are visual. And black men are getting tired of seeing black women be the size of men with all that damn hair weaved in your head that ain't yours, being the size of a man, asking why you can't get a man. They're tired of it. Why do you think this program is so popular? Because men are tired of this. And you're still talking about, well, they're Asian. Well, African women are stacked. Why don't you get competitive? Why don't y'all just lose weight and get competitive?
Can I say something? But I don't have a problem. Actually, I don't have a problem getting like men.
You don't have a problem getting laid. You have a problem getting laid.
Okay. Yeah.
If you didn't have a problem, you wouldn't be on my show right now. You'd be with your husband. See, this goes perfectly with that first goddamn denial call I had.
Okay.
You're a divorcee that you said, and you asking, hey, what do I rank? What's the issue? Well, then tell me, then tell women how to get what you got, since though everything's working. Go ahead.
No, it didn't work out.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, he divorced me.
What are you talking about? Every time I say something, you minimize it. I don't have a problem getting men. Well, then tell the ladies how to figure it out. Tell them how to be as happy as you.
No, it's the men that I'm getting.
This is why I have to end up getting into my tone, getting into my bag or whatever, because unfortunately, our culture is such that some of our women are so hard-headed, you gotta talk crazy to them before they start listening to you. You're 5'8" and you weigh more than a man on any continent, Africa included. Go back in your family tree and go back in your family album, and I want you to find me women that were your size 80 years ago.
I wish they treated me like that. You know, it would be easier if I got.
What do you mean treated you like that? Because they would bend you over and bone you?
You're right. I mean, I've never.
Because they would treat you like a seaman. Be quiet, Kevin. Be quiet. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
But you know what? You're right.
Before.
You're right. This is part of the problem. Black men, you need to stop having sex with these women. Stop having sex with women who are bigger than you. Stop having sex with women that you would not be seen in public with, because it confuses the marketplace. You got a point. But the fact of the matter is, ma'am, you don't have a point, because you know these men are not trying to be with you.
They are, but I don't know about marriage. I can't say that.
All right. Get off my phone. Delusion. Don't call back ever again. God damn. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Yeah, I'll upload the first part. Um, Ladies, the last two women that are in, you need to start your video so I can verify you're who you are. After that, I'm gonna let the men come in. So you ladies are in right now. Either you come on in and all right, T, whatever that is. Unmute yourself. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? 1409, how are you? Speak up. Hello. Can't hear you. Your audio is not connected. Shalika, unmute yourself. How are you?
Yeah, I was watching this film.
Oh my. All right.
Oh, I was watching this damn Kevin saying shit.
Yeah, well, Shalika, you just decided to take yourself off camera. So you got to stay on camera. Hello? Shalika. Thompson. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
How old are you?
Sorry.
How old are you?
30.
Huh?
30.
30?
Yeah, sorry.
Man, please pay attention. You're on my show. I need you to focus. Stop moving around. You're on live. Alrighty.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Not the bang, the bang. Oh, 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 oh. Fuck no, not the bang. The bang.
It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing.
Y'all know I got a show to run, right? I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself one more time, young lady. TVW. Hello.
Hi.
How old are you?
18.
Are you in college?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Mostly deals with what men want.
Yeah, no. You need to vote. No. Yeah, nope. Can't do that one. Too young. This is not general Q&A for 18-year-olds. If you had a more concrete question, that would be something different. You back again. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. Alicia, hi.
Alicia, how are you? How many times are you going to call my show?
Until I'm satisfied with talking with you. I'm totally intrigued.
Here's what I need you to do. You want to get satisfied? Satisfy my bank account. Pay me.
Oh,
you don't get to talk to me for free, man. You've talked to me like several times. And I've done the courtesy of asking you, allow other people to call into the show. You've been here at least, I've seen your face 7, 8 times.
No, not that many.
I've seen your face. You haven't been on the show. I've seen your face.
This is the 3rd time I've called you.
I've seen your, no, ma'am, I'm not crazy. I do this for real.
I don't mind.
I have that archive. So why are you here?
I don't mind paying you, first of all.
Well, let's do that because I don't just say these things, man. You've been on my show multiple times. If we start talking, you're the older woman who was dating a younger man. I know who you are. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever. 3 times is 1 time too many. Why are you here?
Okay. Well, because of what you said earlier, you asked, why can't you be right? And I was thinking to myself, he can't be right because you're a unique Black man. You're strange. You're almost non-existent. You're an anomaly to many of us, number one. And you can be right because it means that they actually have to lose weight. It means that They have to listen to a man, finally. They have to do the things that they don't want to do. It's uncomfortable to do so much for.
They'll just talk. All right. This talking. Yeah, he's still talking. Uh-huh. Yeah, you put that glass of wine down. All right. So there we go. Let's move on. Yeah, I'm just trying. Okay, who are you? Tatiana? Go ahead and mute yourself. Tatiana. Is that Tatiana or Tatiana? Hello.
Tatiana, can I not be on
Okay,
YouTube,
that's cool.
please?
That's fine. Tatiana, go
Thank
to.
you.
Come on. How old are you?
I am 33, Kevin.
What do you got for me?
I want to say that I think my friends don't like you because they don't like the truth. And I know women don't like your delivery, but they also don't like the truth. And when I first heard you, I was 200 pounds and now I'm 140. So I just want to say thank you for giving the truth.
They don't like me because they don't like him. Well, this is what I'm confused about. So are we saying that women like to be lied to? Women are liking to be lied to?
Well, I think they accept the lies easier than the truth.
But the lies don't help. Okay, Tatiana, let me get to some of these guys. Have a good day, ma'am.
Bye.
All right, guys. This is what I'm gonna do. Y'all need to look like you're ready for TV. You can't be laying in your bed, laying on your stomach like you about to write a love letter to somebody. I'm not your girlfriend. Don't be coming in and laying on your goddamn stomach. What kind of sissified shit is that? They want to call me gay and you fools calling in here laying down on your stomach? Y'all need kitten heels for that shit. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Hello, Alfonso. How you doing?
How you doing?
At least when I wore them damn kitten heels, I'm 6'4" and knock your bitch ass out. Sorry about that. Sometimes I gotta get in my bag. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
I am 30.
All right. So what are we talking about? What do you want to chime in?
Question for you, and I agree with everything you say. I feel like I've been shouting this stuff for years, and people don't want to hear it.
Okay.
But are you asking ladies to accept the man who sees them like they see themselves? So you may not be a 10, but he values you like a 10.
Am I asking the ladies to accept the men who do what now?
Who see them like they see themselves. So I hear a lot of ladies coming on here saying that they're a 10 and they're this and they're that. I should say.
Am I asking the women to accept the men who see them like they're 10s, or they see them like?
I should say value them like a 10. He may not, he knows they're not a 10, but he knows that this is one of the best he can get. And
No. I'm asking people to be self-aware. Self-awareness is sexy. If you've ever dated somebody, okay, let me give you an example of me. I'm 6'4", right? 200 pounds. Back in my youth, if we all went out to the basketball court, we were going to play a pickup game. Who did everybody want to pick? Me, right? Because I'm taller than most people. And I tell you, don't pick me. My game is trash. I can't dribble. I can't really shoot. I can dunk. I can box out. I can rebound, and I can fight. But play fucking basketball? No way. It's trash. But you know what? If you pick me, I played at Dennis Rodman role. Don't throw me the goddamn ball, right? And we could win because I knew myself. I'm asking women to accept them, to be aware of who they are, and I'm asking men to know who they are and accept that and play ball within your range, right? Have you ever seen somebody who tried to play point guard like they had like they had real skills or some shit? Fuck up the game for everybody. You'll play spades with somebody who think that we're gonna make 9 books. No, no. We got 4 in the possible, right? I'm asking women to play the game like you play spades. Don't get set. Don't overbid. Life is better that way. Because think about it, when you play, if you got a good hand, or you got all 5s or something in dominoes, and you got the domino, it ain't just about scoring. It's about doing what? Keeping the domino, right? You keep the domino. You keep the control of the game. Self-awareness keeps you in your bag. That's all I'm saying. Better that way. Let me get to another person. Eric, let me unmute you. Alfonso, drop out, please. So I don't want to have to overload it. And then Jordan, you're next. Eric? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Samuels.
How are you?
Doing great, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
All right, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just trying to touch on how I feel that you're right, as in women kind of control other women, and a lot of times they get in their own way. I'm somebody that you could probably classify as like a Henry. I'm divorced, right? I picked up a trade, so within the past 5 years, I've increased my overall earnings from about 30,000 to this year I made about 80, and next year I'm projected to make a little over 100.
So how do women control other women? Get to that part.
Because I feel like a lot of times they keep themselves single by listening to other single women, and not only just that, but also valuing the lifestyle that their single friends live, right? And it seems to be as if you can't really penetrate that thought process a lot of the times. Like,
So what do you think you should do in that case?
Me personally, it's funny because you touched on this earlier. You were talking about being in relationships that kind of like aren't going anywhere. And I feel like I'm currently in one. And
if you're in a relationship that's not going anywhere, leave. And if you're dealing with a woman that you like, but her friends are toxic, bring it to her attention. And if she doesn't see it, bounce. If she sees it and won't do anything about it, bounce. I got to keep it moving, man, because I cannot, no man can overcome a woman's free choice to associate with her friends. The only thing you can control is your presence. The longer you or I stay around those, you'll find a way to like her, and you'll be walking around with this time bomb in your situation. So, especially if you go, like you said, you're going down the path you're going down. Better to be alone or deal with women who are already kind of out there single or in process to deal with somebody who's got toxic friends. Let me get to Jordan real quick. Jordan, unmute yourself. Thanks, Eric.
Good evening, Mr. Samuels. How you doing?
I'm well. How old are you?
I am 39, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. What do you got for me?
So I was in a 12-year relationship, and I met the mother of my child. And, after 12 years, us being together, she wanted to separate. Now, when she first met me, I was going through trials and tribulation. I was impacted by the criminal justice system. And, I kind of reformed my life. Now I'm working with the FDNY. I'm working with, the population. They have substance abuse addiction. But to my point was, if you don't grow in the relationship, right? Now I'm going for my PhD. It's funny.
Okay.
But and I'm just trying to make the earning potential. But it seems like sometimes these females are living in their past life, going out every weekend, not really trying to grow or trying to, build a relationship. Or, when I said,
So what is the outcome you want with a woman?
Well, when I evaluated, you gotta evaluate how you want to be treated and
No,
know
no.
that
Okay,
what
before that, what is the ultimate outcome you want with any woman?
I want peace. That's what I
Okay,
want,
but
brother.
what is that peace? Do you want to be married? Do you want a monogamous relationship? Do you want friends with benefits? What is the
Honestly, when evaluating your 90-day assessment, from someone that I knew for 12 years, and then they went left,
okay?
it just
Okay,
makes me it makes me
George.
feel
The problem is okay. We as men do this. We fault the women for them not being what we need them to be when we aren't what we need to be going forward. You're the captain. What do
exactly.
you want? And you start with what you want, and then you go find the woman to fit that. What I'm hearing you say is you're picking women and then trying to make a job for them.
Not necessarily. I think that when you're in a relationship, you have to grow with each other.
No,
You have to evolve.
Nope. That's absolutely not it. You lead. You
I
lead.
did lead. I
No,
did
no, not
lead. Now,
ideally. That's the way this works, brother. That's the way this works. What you're talking about, I've done it, and countless people across YouTube have tried it. It doesn't work. It's that new age grow partner stuff. I'm asking you, as a man, I don't care what your past is. I don't care what you did today. As the man you are today, what do you want from a woman in your world? If you don't have a job description, you don't get an employee. Her job is your helpmate.
so
What is she helping you with?
just to summarize, respect, someone that can build and add to my purpose, someone that can be like my second in command,
That's a
that has
that's a male friend. Someone with respect. That's a man. Someone who you can build. That's a man. Something to be your
correct,
second in
but
command. That's a man. That's not a woman.
sometimes, and I'll also add to this, me being, formerly a domestic violence social worker, the respectability sometimes in how we communicate, sometimes that's why things go left. And, and at the end of the day, a man wants to come home to peace, wants to, like you said,
Peace
make my
comes from the
coffee.
head, my friend. Peace comes from firm, grounded leadership and people understanding their roles.
Correct,
I've been in a chaotic house before, and it was because I was a weak leader.
correct.
I
And
failed at
now,
leading. I failed at leading, and I led my family and my house into chaos because I was doing a lot of the things I'm hearing right here. So I keep trying to tell you, if you watch this side of YouTube, you'll hear men across the board say this stuff, and you're pushing back. Why?
no, no, I
If
would
it comes
say that,
if
I
it
would say,
comes down from if it comes down to you, a woman is to be in our lives for what? A role, a position, something.
correct, correct.
And you
But
need to,
again,
and as the leader,
again,
you need to have written that down to where they know this is the job description, this is what's expected.
correct. I agree with you that.
Respect comes standard, but respect in what terms? As a girlfriend, as a wife, as a friend with benefit, as what?
No, I agree with you, Mr. Samuels. It comes back to the household and the traditions, and how to make sure that things are taken care of on the home front.
Mm-hmm.
And when you evaluate that, sometimes you just got to walk away so that you don't
But
get caught up.
okay, I guess what I hear what you're saying, but if we lead right, there's no walking away. Don't walk away because you don't start it.
Well, in
Okay.
in
We
the
don't. Okay, I think you're misunderstanding. I'm saying. Okay, I'm saying. Try one more time and let some other guys in. Look,
gotcha.
if we know what we're looking for, you go get you. You have a position for a woman. You're not walking away. If you know what you need done, she knows what she needs done. You sign off, she signs off. You lead, she follows. All right. But if
Yeah,
you're already in the
facts.
if you're already in a situation and didn't start off that way, then you end up in a position where you're talking about walking away. But what about the next one? The next one, if there is another one, we need to lead as men. This is why
No,
this is a
and
good. Go ahead.
you're 100% right, Mr. Sam. And I want to commend you because I've been listening to your podcast over a year and has made me mature to kind of see these signs So when I actually deal with women now, I kind of make my assessment and kind of understand what I need, so that if she's gonna be my partner, then these are the requirements, like just like a job, like you said.
Yep. But ultimately, I'm gonna let somebody else in. As much as I am, say what I have to say about the women. Ultimately, the burden of performance is laid squarely on us as men. Pressures for shoulders, not hips. And if there's a failure, it's ultimately ours to carry. So we can. I mean, that's why I hold myself responsible in my relationship. You never hear me talk crazy about my former relationship because it was a crisis of leadership. Whether I should have been there, should have been there, this or that is irrelevant. But let me get to some other people, man, because we're running late.
I appreciate you.
Jordan.
Have a good night, brother.
Bye-bye.
No problem.
That was good back and forth. And see, guys, understand what I was trying to say. There's no right or wrong answer for us as men, but we need to know why a woman is there. Is she there for a good time? Is she there for sexual release? Is she there for mindless pleasure? Is she there to be the mother of your what is the thing? And there need to be multiple things. And I'm gonna tell you, the kind of women I like are intelligent. You gotta give the kind of women I like to deal with, especially high value men, they gotta have stuff to do, man. The worst thing we can do as men, in my personal opinion, no facts, no data to back it up on, just my personal opinion of what I've seen, is to give nothing. Just to say, wake up and do it, a list. A godsend to a man is a woman in a list. Give a woman a list and let her go to God. You're going to have a happy woman. Give a woman a blank sheet of paper and a concept. That's your job. That's my job. Let me bring in a few people. Okay, Shalika, you're not on here, so we got to bounce you out. We only bring them in one at a time. There are too many people. And we're past 12:30, so we're a little bit late. We're 12 minutes over. So, all right. Well, you're not in. So, all right. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
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 Oh.
How are you?
Mr. Chris.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28.
All right. What are we talking about?
So what I came in the part where you were talking about self-awareness, and I wanted to call in because I've watched a lot of your videos, and that kind of sparked some self-awareness in myself, where I kind of took a step back as a man and used some of your parameters to calibrate where I am. And I guess the question I would have for you is that for the average man, what are the things that he should be asking from a woman? Because I know that with high value men is that there are like a lot of
okay, I get it.
A lot of strict things that they ask about, and then like as women. Sorry.
Well, it's a broad question because when we say average, you're hitting the majority of people. So outside of the let's start with the basics. I always say fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. Mm-hmm. A woman, regardless as to whether the man's high value or not, needs to keep herself visually appealing to her man. That is part of her job description. Just like part of your job description is to protect. Provision is more tricky these days because none of us control any of these economies. So it's foolish to think that an average man can be in a strict provider role because most people got to work in average situations. But you still got to be willing to deal with that burglar or whatever, the bump in the night, right?
Mm.
So in exchange for the bump in the night, she needs to keep it tight. She needs to keep that. Number one. Number two, you're still a man. And a woman needs to understand that all men require, uh, want cooperation. This is what the notion of submission is, which is just respectful cooperation. Because for men, love and respect are equal. So if she respects a man, that means she's showing that she loves him. That just means, um, in public, she's a representation of him. She doesn't act out of character, doesn't act out of pocket. She doesn't overtalk him. She doesn't show him up, or make him look weak. Like you see what's going on with Will and Jada, right?
Oh yeah.
That's disrespectful. So average women still need to understand that men live in a world of respect and strength. So the fitness component, the respect as it love component for us, and the strength component. Lastly, I think a woman needs to understand that you're going to be with a man. She's going to have access to critical key information about you, personal stuff, right? Stuff that nobody else knows. Like, that these ain't really mine. I put this on at night. I attach these locks at night. Okay. Well, if that's just say that's the case, that's our business. She can't say it in public, and she cannot use it against you when she's angry. Women have to fight with the claws in and the tongue tied, because in the conflict is when most average women really do damage to their relationships. Because if you're not a high value man or a higher earning man, you don't have the money leverage and the influential leverage and all the other stuff that you presume that men up the socioeconomic status have. But you're still a man. You still put your pants on one leg at a time. You still want to walk out into the world and address the world with your chest out, your chin up like a man, even if you're gonna go dig ditches. So average women, just say, look at what your grandmothers and your great grandmothers did for our grandfathers who had fourth grade educations and were manual laborers. You don't usurp a man or disrespect a lot wages on disrespect. And lastly, how she carries herself in the streets, she doesn't invite, uh, you know, doesn't invite controversy. She's not out seeking attention of another man. You know, men should know your woman is your woman. Whether if she's your wife, she should have a ring. And if she don't have a ring, if she's your woman and y'all have had the conversation, she should have a virtual ring around her mind that she's off the market and she's yours. Women who honestly know they belong to a man move in a different way. I hope that's kind of the guidelines I see for it, and that has nothing to do with money.
Okay, and what I've seen is that with some women is that because you don't make that type of money, is that it in their minds is that it warrants that level of disrespect, because they diminish the fact that, oh, you, like, I might be making more than you, therefore you are not a man, you are not the man in my life.
Well, this is where Sister Shahrazad Ali was talking about back in the 90s. You know, in our culture, that this ain't our, even though we're in this system, we know our history. Yeah. And if 54% of black men are single and childless, 64% in the middle class. But the average black man is making $42,000 a year. Okay. Average white man's making $41,000 a year is the average black man. Average white guy's making 51. So it's like a $10,000, $11,000 difference. White men aren't out earning black men by double. Okay. But there is more than a $10,000 difference in the level of respect that they get. And that's an average white man. So black women in this case, if money cannot be the determining factor to decide why you disrespect a man, if a man who came into this country illegally, came across the border and did whatever he had to do, stand out in front of Home Depot, sell this, do that, and they can go home and get masculine respect, can they not?
Yeah, they can.
Well, then money is not the determining factor because you got it on the upper end and on the lower end. That's the way it really comes down to. So, all right, man. I hope that helped. I'm going to go wrap this thing up, though. We got.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good-
It's almost 1:00. We're in overtime. I know anytime I bring guys in, I say I'm going to try to get 4 or 5 guys in. From time to time, I will open it up. But ladies, you know, I'm going to double down on that money thing. Money has never been a determining factor. If all it takes to keep the average woman in line is for black men to make an additional $11,000 a year, if black men felt like they could get the respect white men got, if they just earn what the average white man earn, I would almost guarantee you at least 30 to 40% of black men will go get a part-time job to bring in that extra. Part-time job for $11,000, that's what, $10, 1,000 hours, 20 hours a week. It's part-time. It's 2,000 hours. 1,000 hours, that's 1,000 hours. So that's like $11. That's a part-time job at a convenience store. You go to 7-Eleven, get a part-time job making anywhere from $11 to $14 an hour. If black men felt like they get respect to Brad for just making $11,000 more, shit. You'd see brothers with part-time jobs like a mug. But are you going to act like Becky? That's the question. But the whole thing is you don't have to do that because Jose doesn't need to go make $51,000 for Maria to act like she got some sense. We can go in there all day. Here's the thing. Friday night show is going to be pretty off the chain. You guys need to join Thursday night's IG. Thank you guys for tuning in. I've heard you guys ask. I'm going to try to cycle more men in but it has to make sense, gentlemen. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get men in the program because when I open the door for men, it just taxes the system because there's so many more men than women. It's like 70, 80%. Well, it's like 3-1 almost in this on this channel. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Ladies, ultimately, I said before I say it again, we're better together than apart. You know, the delusion is what controls. I'll say it again. Where this appetite come from to where you need to drive a Mercedes and live in the house on the hills? I mean, did y'all see that one video where the young lady said she wanted a 6-bedroom house and $17 million home? And I'm just like, in a Porsche truck. And I'm like, you just got out of college. Well, I went to so-and-so's entrepreneurial academy. You mean a dude that used to be a singer? Ooh, Friday night show. Oh, what do y'all think? Friday night show. You want to get the black community back? We need to get rid of boss chicks. I think there's a correlation, not causation, correlation. You notice as women's weight is increased in the black community, marriages decrease. Correlation, not causation, not factual. But also, if you have 50+% of the women wanting to be bosses, entrepreneurs, and so forth, you can't be a boss and a wife and a mother. So, do we need to get rid of the boss chick mentality in order to foster in to have a community? I'm gonna think of the title. That's gonna be off the chain. That's gonna be off the chain. Appreciate you guys for coming in. Hey, Jonathan, is that Jonathan Barronville going there? Mind Boss, what's going on? A-Free. Okay, let's get to this. I want to get out of here. On the way out, we're going to hear another song by your girl Jen. Jen does a great job. This is new, so we'll let this one go. Till next time, peace.
Strumming my
We'll go.
pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words. killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had his style, and so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my life, strumming my pain with his fingers. He was singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he took my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my back with his fingers, singing my life with his singing, oh, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his word, killing me softly with his song. How could it not? How could it not kill? How could it not about it? How could it tell about it? How did it know me? How could it know me? He didn't know he was strumming my pain with his fingers. He was singing my life with his words. He was killing me softly, so softly, so softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, with his song. Ojalá juntos descansaremos como ya te amo que no pierde esperanza, diseñada para ti, un día tú verás. Mi amor brilla con el mar iluminado de sentinas. Mi amor calma con la brisa del verano. Il nous écrit l'écrivain, et jamais une parole l'écrira-t-il en vain. Il nous façonne le sculpteur.